Come on. Are we live? We are live. Action. You. We are live. Giants, Eagles, Thursday night football. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? Let us know how you're feeling in the chat. I'm going to post this to Twitter real quick. Paste better viewed on YouTube. Let me tweet it real quick. Tweet.
The New York Football Giants are playing in a football game very soon. This is the most excited I've been for a football game since Week 5 against the Vikings last year. We were 2-2. I'm excited. If you've been someone who's been viewing these pregame shows, first of all, hopefully my connection's better and you can actually see me.
We can. This is very nice.
Wow. So that's first off. But second off, I've been like, the Giants are playing. It's like, I'm excited. So either it's going to be, we're going to rip that Band-Aid right off and the excitement's going to go away and I'll have time until next Monday to get myself together to not be excited for the game against the Bucs, or are we in this and are we doing this?
For sure. Tommy 4-1 Tommy says Shepard will have 7 targets, 5 receptions, 87 yards, and a touchdown. Hopefully Jones will go through his regressions to find the best pass instead of staring down number one on the route.
That is
Justin.
so specific. That is so specific. 7 targets, 5 receptions, 87 yards.
What's your expectations for the kid today, though?
Oh, man, because he's so important to this offense. So it could be one of those things where he's not really relied upon that much because the snap share is limited. Bobby, I think he's going to roll. I think he's ready to rock and roll. I think he was practicing last week. There was a question on whether he was ready to play last week, but they didn't lift his IR designation. So he was practicing last week. I think he's ready to rock and roll. May not get 100% of the snaps. I think he's ready. I don't know if he's going to have an awesome game just because he didn't have an awesome game even when he was out there, but he's a difference maker on this offense, even when he's not doing it in the box score.
For sure. I need Darius Slayton to have a big game.
Yes.
You want to know why? Because this freaking I went on this Eagles podcast, and the guy actually reached out 20 minutes ago and apologized. But this freaking Eagles podcast I went on to, they asked me for a score prediction and a bold prediction. So I explained it. I was like, I always pick the Giants to win. It's just, it's something I just do. So I said, and they said, can you give us a bold prediction? And so I said, Giants will win. And I was like, my bold prediction will be that Slayton will win the matchup versus Darius Slayton. He'll get a couple shots over the top. And they clipped just me saying Giants win by 4 and Darius Slayton's going to win the Darius Slayton matchup. Clipped it and then tweeted it out. And my gosh, Eagles fans have been my mention. So please, Slayton, have a big game so I can go and reply to each one of those scumbags individually. Did you see that license plate guy has our stickers in the stadium?
Oh, I did not. Was that a new tweet that he put out for Bobby Skinner, Justin Pennick for president?
Well, he DM'd it to me. Here, I'll show it to people. See, that's Lincoln Financial Field with our sticker.
Wow.
That's Lincoln Financial Field. All right, let's get into some of these questions. Who you guys think Bradbury should be covering? So they have Ward, Deshaun Jackson, and Travis Fulgham. Do you think Travis Fulgham is worthy of a James Bradbury follow?
That's a good question because this is honestly my answer. I'm not just asking this as not answering. Is Patrick Graham's strategy tonight going to be heavy blitzing? Because if it's going to be heavy blitzing and trying to really get at Carson Wentz, then it's going to be a lot of man-to-man defense. And if that's the case, play matchups, Fulgham has been their number one guy. Deshaun Jackson being out there and being a guy that can stretch the field, you're going to put somebody out there who you feel well enough that can stretch the field and keep up with Deshaun Jackson. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say tentatively yes, depending on how well Deshaun Jackson's playing. I don't think you go out of your way to put Bradbury on Ward. You feel good about Ryan Lewis on Ward. Right. But if the strategy is heavy blitzing, but if it's zone, if they're going to be mixing in man and zone like Patrick Graham has been, then I say it doesn't matter. It's just going to be a free-for-all.
I think this should be a game that we do blitz. Don't let Wentz make these crazy plays. If he's going to make a throw, make it in tight coverage. there's ways to trick Wentz. He's a leader in the NFL, or second in the NFL in interceptions for a reason.
Yep.
Trick this dude and don't give him time to make these big ass plays against his own. Like, obviously, Patrick Graham is going to mix things up. That's what he does every single week. He's going to throw in a few wrinkles here and there. But I do think, especially on third down, this should be a game we blitz. This should not be a game where on third down we play games. We should not play games on third down. Third down should be very simple. We're coming at your ass. We may not let you know who we're coming at you, but we're sending 5-6 on every third down, and we're going to force you to get that ball out quick. We're going to force you to get that ball out quick. And you know what? Maybe we'll get you'll beat us a couple times on it, but we're risking that you are going to screw this up, Wentz. That's what I would say about the defense today. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm in Patrick Graham I trust.
Yeah, and Patrick Graham I trust. It's funny. I was talking with one of my friends today at work, and I was talking about possible head coaching replacements for Adam Gase for the Jets, and Patrick Graham was a name that came up, and I'm like, I love him. So, I would, like you said, Bobby, I would rather lose trying and being aggressive rather than losing by being conservative, which that's exactly what James Betcher did.
Yeah, I'm going to reply to a tweet.
Okay, well, why don't you put up a new question so I can answer it?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm just being. It's mean. It's someone that pissed me off.
Okay. Right,
they said, I hope Joe Judge's tweet. It's Mr. Chris. I told him to shut up. I said, shut up, Chris.
No.
Shut up, Chris.
Good one.
All right. There's actually a question I want to hit up in here.
Oh, okay.
For all Brazilian Giants fans. This is for the American fans too, Tobias. Can't be selfish. Cannot be selfish. In America, we share. No, seriously, for all Brazilian Giants fans, what are the advantages of trading Zeitler? It has to be a haul for me. I get it's always fun to be like, trade for the future. I don't think making this offensive line worse on purpose is a good idea. I don't. I like Shane Lemieux, but I don't. What I saw from Shane Lemieux doesn't mean like he needs to be starting week 1. Like Shane Lemieux reminds me, his college tape reminds me of Will Hernandez's NFL tape, and people hate Will Hernandez. I don't, but people do. So I am not banging on the table to remove from Zeitler. Now, if you get a first or a second, then it's like okay, then you think about it. But if we're trading him for a fourth, fifth,
third,
maybe
round pick.
Third, I'm okay with it. But fourth, fifth, to me, I don't like that, and I'm not against the idea of bringing him back. If we cut Nate Solder, if we move on, we're assuming Golden Tate's not going to be here. I mean, who are we going to be going out and needing all this cap space for? Are we going to sign more than one big free agent? So I don't think making this offensive line worse on purpose is a good idea, Justin.
Yeah, it's really a tough spot. Do we win tonight? If we lose tonight, then I think the conversation on Talking Giants is, who do we possibly trade? If we win tonight, then the conversation is, we're not trading anybody, and we're kind of holding on to what we got. And, we're not going to go out and trade for somebody. But if we win tonight, the conversation definitely does change of who are we not trading? And it's tough because, the cap space and, our guy, NY Giants fan in Charlotte, who's also a Patreon member, every couple days he's tweeting out how much cap space the Giants have. Now, granted, the Giants have a lot of players under contract who probably won't be under contract with them next year, so the cap space is going to change. But, Bobby, Nate Solder is kind of really ruining our potential to really spend. So guys like Zeitler may have to either be cut, but I would rather, if we are going to cut ties with Zeitler in the offseason, to trade him. So I think they already have an idea of what they would want to do. That's even if Gettleman is here next year, which he probably won't be.
Well, Gettleman's here right now. If you look at the screen right now, my favorite I will say, I'm okay with the moving on from Gettleman. I will miss this parody account. I really will.
Yeah,
I've been like a day one follower of that parody account, and I've seen it grow, and it's been a great account. I will miss you, Dave. If you retire to Cape Cod, you better stay on the Twitter. I can't even do the accent. You can do it. Say something to Dave Gettleman in the chat.
Okay. All right, I'll say something. Dave Gettleman and I, we're going to have an honest conversation at the end of the season. We're going to have a no-holds-barred. He's going to take me to the low post. I think I'm going to win, and I think I'm going to get him fired. Go back to Boston.
There we go. There's a question. There was one I wanted to hit up. Where is it? I'll put this one on the top.
Whoa.
What does that mean? I love when I get replies because that's my go-to, and maybe like, what does that mean? I think I know who that is. I think that might be Ron Swanson. All right,
Ooh.
David Tebley says, who's replacing Holmes? Logan Ryan's going to be the nickel corner, correct?
Yeah. He came on that nickel blitz last week, and he got the sack. That would have been Darnay Holmes' sack. So, I believe that's the case. How do we know how guys are lining up for Eagles wide receivers in terms of slot? You would think that Fulgham and Ward, they're a little bit more big-bodied guys, like in my brain. So Jackson slot? No? Yes? I don't know.
No, I think Ward will play the slot. Ward is
Okay.
not. I think Ward is like 5'11". Hold on.
Yeah, I could very much be wrong.
Greg Ward, he is 5'10". Yep, he's short.
Yeah, just so Deshaun Jackson catching a 65-yard touchdown over everybody's head. That's something that is worrying me. But definitely, if Logan Ryan is going to be on board, I feel great about that. So, good.
Yeah. This is 1 week where we're not really prepared for the other team because that's a quick Thursday night football. Like I didn't watch any Eagles film this week.
Well,
besides
also,
just
there's so many starters that are changing in and out, and there's not much film on these guys, so it's crazy.
All right. Max Webster says, do you think Leo would sign a 3-year, $42 million contract when the year's over? I don't think so because he was probably offered that this past offseason and he didn't take. So I don't think so.
How much is that per year? $14 million.
That's $13 million. Or $14 million, yeah.
Yeah. So tough. You see a lot of guys now, what they're doing is they're taking the guaranteed money for shorter amounts of time because they want to do a prove-it deal. Hey, Leonard Williams, you kind of bet on yourself this year. Why not do it for the next 3 years?
Tobias getting a lot of love in the chat. He says, Eagles suck covering tight ends. This needs to be Ingram's game. I had a tweet, and I kind of stole it from a follower who tagged me in something and said, didn't we preach like square pegs, round holes? And I was like, that's what we're doing with Evan Engram. The thing is even if like one of these guys has a big game, I don't have any faith going forward because I think Garrett has shown who he is. And people who aren't invested in the Giants, who watch film, see this stuff, and they say the same things, So it's not like it's just us being like, oh, fire this guy, get rid of this guy, and we pride ourselves on not being like that. But man, even if Engram has a good game, I'm not like we need to build upon that because I don't trust he's going to be used right.
Yeah, it was the same thing stemming after the Dallas game. You score 27 points, but you watch the game and you see tendencies of what Garrett's doing and how he's utilizing pieces. There actually was a route that somebody pointed out today on Twitter where Engram was running like up the seam, maybe a little bit of a post route, and it's one of those things where if you freeze frame it for 1 or 2 seconds, 1 or 2 milliseconds, Jones should have hit him. And that's what makes the elite quarterbacks so great is because they can make those tight, insane throws within the milliseconds in which they need to be made. So I guess Jones needs to improve in that way. What quarterback doesn't need to improve making those throws? But we've seen tendencies from Garrett where at this point, it's not just lack of training camp. It's not just, a weird COVID Corolla year. This is who he is and this is his offense. So that's why our expectations have not been changing. And I said on the podcast yesterday, prove me wrong. Go out and prove me wrong. I want to be proven wrong.
Max also says, Bobby, can we get a serious prediction instead of this 77-0 prediction? Yes,
I will give it.
Yes, I'll give you a serious prediction. Giants 77, Eagles 0.
It's very serious.
Simple as that. What's the line on Snacks getting into a fight tonight, Justin? Where is Snacks? I invited him in. I invited Snacks to join.
He met up with David Powis in the hotel room, and they're probably just having I don't even know if he's going to make it to the game.
Call him. Just call him right now.
Well, I'm on my phone, so I can't call him. I'm live streaming on my phone.
I have his phone number. Hold on.
You have his phone number, so give him a call. Yeah, Snacks. There's a chance that Snacks may not even make it to the stadium. He's going to fight someone outside the stadium. He may decease. He may be killed. He may kill someone else. He did also meet up with LPG.
I saw that.
Nice.
LPG putting our stickers in okay, I was making sure I didn't actually have the phone number up on there.
No. Nicky Snacks, friend of the pod. Probably not going to answer because he's a bad guy.
Hello?
Are you in the stadium? You're live. You're live to tape.
Am I live to tape? Who is this?
This is Bobby Skinner.
Oh, my God, Bobby!
What's going on?
Bobby, what's up, man?
You're live to tape on the pregame Q&A. We're trying. Justin's on his phone.
What's going on now? Hey guys, good luck, man. Good luck.
Justin's. We're live right now. Justin's using his phone, so I had to call you.
Who did he meet up with?
We just put your whole phone number in the chat.
I was like, what's this? Yeah, I'm in. We just walked in. We're about to walk into the stadium now. I'm literally staring at the sign that says Lincoln Financial Field.
That I like it. Look on the polls. People put stickers for our campaign on the polls, so check that out.
They put pictures. All right. What they put? Skinner Tenant?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. See you. Have fun. See you.
All right, Bobby. I love you. Thanks, man.
All right. I figured I was checking him. That's my good personal friend, Nicky Snacks.
You're a good personal friend. I'm surprised he made it into the stadium. I thought that he would still be in the hotel room. He'd still be drinking. I thought it was going to be bad.
Dave Tebley, thank you for the donation. He didn't say anything, but in a later, so he said Best Giants channel, and it ain't even close. So thank you, David. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, David.
All right. Drunk already. I mean, the game's starting in 30 minutes, Casey. When is he supposed to? What is this supposed to happen?
Yes. Is he drunk already? Does a bear take a crap in the woods? Yes. Yes.
In my opinion, Fleming has not played with snuff. Parrott and Thomas on the ends would be way better. I'm not going to say it's going to be way better because I'm not falling into the Parrott trap after playing 3 series. But Fleming has been worse than Andrew Thomas this year, where it's like everyone's talking about Andrew Thomas. Fleming has been the worst of the two to me. And honestly, it hasn't been close, especially with this bad game that Fleming had last week. The sack was like kind of the least of it. Chase Young beat him. Now, it is Chase Young, beat him handily on a good amount of plays, but the ball was out or it was ran to the other side or, basically, Cam Fleming didn't play good.
Yeah. Bobby, let me ask you a question about Thomas because we've seen this from Cam Fleming a few times. What we've seen from Cam Fleming is mental mistakes of, if there's 2 guys that are blitzing towards him, 2 guys that are coming at him, he doesn't have the mental processing to either pick a guy that's coming off the edge or a guy that's coming off the inside. So what he'll do is he'll just stand there and he'll look confused. How many times have we seen a mental error from Andrew Thomas this year? A lot of his things have been pretty physical and him going up against some talented edge rushers and either, hand swipes, him leaning, guys making an inside move. A lot of things have been physical, not really mental, and I think that's a positive, but I also could be wrong in that.
Yeah, for the most part. And if you watch the video I put out today, Colombo's giving him some new things to force himself to not overlean, whether it's a swipe punch, like a rapid fire punch where it's like, hey, we don't want you to punch and hold. We want you to punch, reset, and then punch. So he's giving him new things. So that'll be good. And he's got a big matchup today against a very good Eagles defensive line.
Oh, yeah.
Is Daniel Jones finally going to have a game without a turnover? I don't know. He has had one game. People saying he had one game without a turnover. And I don't view fumbles the same way a lot of people do. But yeah, it would be nice to have a game without a turnover.
The fumble against Dallas, he really got lit up from the blind side on a play action rollout, which you're not supposed. Those plays aren't designed for you to get hit. The turnover last week wasn't really a turnover. It was incomplete. He was trying to get the ball in the back of the end zone. PFF has been on a huge tirade today of Daniel Jones over greater than Carson Wentz, at least for 2020. And I've kind of appreciated it. They've only given Daniel Jones 7 turnover-worthy plays this year. So in the eyes of the almighty PFF, even though Jones does have his fair share of turnovers this year, there's only been 7 turnover-worthy plays, which that's what he was killed for last year. Take that as you may.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been like any dropped interceptions this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where there was a handful last season. And the fumbles were, I mean, let's look at the fumbles right now. Daniel Jones stats. How many fumbles does he have this year?
My guess is 4.
4? And one of those doesn't count because it's the Evan Engram one. But we will count it because he had the same one with
All right, so then I think it's 3 because he didn't fumble last week.
So he does have 4.
But one of them is the Engram fumble, so it's 3.
But the thing is he had one of those last year. Remember when Demarius Scott against the Packers didn't catch?
Yes.
He dropped the sweep. So 4, we played 6 games, right?
Right.
So,
but how many have we lost? Because I mean, at the end of the day, that's what matters. I think we've lost maybe two or 3 of them.
So Jones is on pace for 10. Last year he had 18. I mean, that's 8 less fumbles.
Yeah. You did say you wanted to cut it in half. So
yeah. So, and if you do the 3, it's literally 8 fumbles, So
and that's half.
Yeah.
Almost.
So, and then add 1 because it's cut in half. That's what we asked. That's basically the number that every other QB ends up at the end of the year. So it has been better, and you've seen him actively put 2 hands on the ball.
Yep.
It's just the interceptions in the red zone. All right, let's do one more question. This is funny. Sam I'm blocked. He said he still has Wentz over Jones, but I thought the grades were Sam's a big douche.
No, the grades are like Jones has like a 75 passing grade, which
And I'm not arguing. I'm not even making the argument, but it's funny that Sam, who's like his circular argument last year with me was, well, the grades are better and our grades are this. And now that his grades say that he's 14 spots ahead, now the grades don't matter all of a sudden.
It has to be so. And I actually was DMing the guy that runs the Pro Football Focus Giants page. It has to be so centered around like accuracy, because Daniel Jones's completion percentage over expected, which is like NFL Next Gen player tracking data, they all measure like, are you expected to complete a ball based off of the nearest defender with the tracking data that they wear in their shoulder pads? It has to be based off of accuracy, and the grades are so dependent on if you turn over the ball. Because Bobby, Daniel Jones and this Giants offense, if he was being graded, like, I think fairly, this Giants offense has not scored touchdowns.
No, it would be much worse than last year, basically.
Right. That, Daniel
and it's
Jones,
much better.
Daniel Jones produced touchdowns last year. He produced big plays. And it's so strange that, it's a 75. It has to be so reliant on lack of turnovers or lack of turnover-worthy plays and accuracy. Like,
and
those
that's why I don't
things.
use their grades. And that's why I don't, because they don't know how to grade a good amount of positions. Jedrick Wills had a sack last week, and I posted a clip of it, and they didn't count that as a sack. I'm just blown away at that. Jedrick Wills and Andrew Thomas have given up the same amount of sacks. Now, Wills has been better. I don't want that to come off like that I'm saying that, but they have given up the same amount of sacks, and Wills has actually had 3 holding penalties this year.
Yeah.
All right, let's get one more question, and then we'll wrap up. Let's see. I don't want to answer. I don't want to answer a Dave Gettleman question.
Wow. No, let's win a football game tonight.
Okay, why are they not wearing the throwbacks? Because it's not at home, and they're going to be doing that on Tampa Monday Night Football next week. So.
Ooh. Are we gonna have Tampa wearing like black, or we're gonna have Tampa wearing red? I think red.
Probably red.
All right. I don't like wearing white at home. It reminds me of like when the Cowboys were blue at home. I like when the Cowboys were blue at home because it's bad luck. They usually stink. I don't like wearing white at home. Bugs me.
Yeah, I don't really care. I actually like the white jerseys better than the blue ones. I do. I'm not even talking about the throwbacks, just the regular white ones. I like those ones better.
Those always look better at night. Like any kind of like alternate jersey looks better at night.
Part of it is also like we won 2 Super Bowls in those jerseys, and went through the entire playoffs in those jerseys, basically, except for the Tampa game and the Atlanta game. So, all right, we'll be live, if you see on the screen, at patreon.com/talkinggiants. It's $2 a month. You get a free magnet. Actually just got a bunch of new magnets. How about that?
Oh,
got in the mail today. You get a magnet, a couple stickers, and then you get to be part of our live shows. We will be live after this game.
Yeah.
Probably 45 minutes to an hour after the game.
Mm-hmm.
If we win, it'll be fun. If not, it won't be fun. If you don't join, it'll be here on YouTube at 8 o'clock a.m. It'll be in your podcast apps, probably, around 2, 3 in the morning if you're up and sad. Mm-hmm. So make sure to check it out.
Happy.
It'll be happy. It'll be happy. It'll be happy. All right. We appreciate you guys. Let's go Big Blue. Enjoy some Thursday Night Football. We only get one of these a year. Enjoy it. Let's win. And vote Bobby Skinner, Justin Penick 2020. Don't watch the debates. Watch the Giants.